Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the complexity of our industry? If you do, you're not alone. Our market isn't just complicated like an airliner with millions of parts, it's complex like a rainforest teeming with life and constantly adapting. The best way to understand your market environment is to think of it as an ecosystem. And by the end of this 5-minute seminar, you'll understand more about how to think about our industry as an ecosystem. So professors like me are really lost for words. After 4 decades in the life sciences industry, I'm used to tough questions from students, executives and fellow academics. And usually I can give a clear, useful answer, but sometimes the best learning comes when I can't. I was at a conference the day after the US government announced major cuts to research funding. The mood was grim. There were words like apocalypse and kneecapping were flying around. A senior R&D lead asked me in a panel session, what should I think about these cuts? And I couldn't tell him what to think, but I could tell him how to think by viewing our industry as an ecosystem. So you see, ecosystems are made up of many entities that interact and adapt in complex, unpredictable ways. That's why even small changes can lead to big, unintended consequences. Just think of the Dust Bowl in the 1930s and the collapse of the Grand Banks fisheries. They're all examples of ecosystem collapse. In our industry, similar disasters can happen if we ignore the concept of keystone species. Keystone species, like bees or elephants and wolves, hold ecosystems together. In farm innovation, the NIH, for example, is a keystone species. It supports not just US research, but global innovation. If you change it, and the ripple effects could be vast and unpredictable. So here's what I told them. The NIH cuts are tampering with a complex ecosystem. The implications could be wide, but more importantly, they would be unpredictable, and almost certainly we'd see some unintended consequences. In fact, the law of unintended consequences is the only real law of thinking about ecosystems. If your organisation wants to understand its ecosystem better, then let's talk. As well as being an academic and an author, I help pharma and medtech strategists evolve their strategic capabilities. I do this using insight from my research into the Darwinian evolution of our industry and by using the 4 decades of practical experience I have as a scientist and strategist. If our industry matters to you, then please subscribe, share and explore my work. On my website there are over 400 free articles and papers, and on my YouTube channel there are over 100 videos. Or better still, let's set up a call and we'll have a virtual cup of tea and a chat about how my research can help you.